Okay, welcome to the IARL Racing League, also known as the Irish Aussie Racing League. Well, it's the first time for me here, and it is the season finale here at Bahrain. As we now wait for everyone to load in, I believe we will get a few in quali, and that is all good. I know communicating with online services can be slightly annoying. As we now load in to the lobby. As we have 12 drivers so far. Perhaps a few more will join. I am not quite sure. It is a dry session apparently, and that is good to hear at Bahrain as we wait for everyone to get their setups all nice and on. Now this is, as I said, the finale, having a quick little poke at the standings. Provisional results from round 11 in Spain. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. I want driver standings, not results. The driver standings after round 11, we have Katusha sitting up in P1 with a gap of 42 points. So we'll take the win in the bag. With the constructors, I want to say it's still relatively up for grabs, with Aston Martin currently on 255, but Mercedes is only on 229. Only 26 points separates the two teams. Now, Aston Martin should have this in the bag, but if Aston Martin has a generational bottle and Mercedes has a really nice run, well, we could see that change, as we only do have one Merc out on the field. So we do have some of our drivers starting to filter out who's our first to go. I think the first will be to come across the line will be Fat Cat. Very briefly going through the grid, we have for the timing Abhishek, Slushy, Moini, Ryan Adair, Katusha, Kaz, Kaus, Fat Cat, Oscar Piastri the GOAT, Z Governor, or SJ, Sick Party, and McJammy, rounding out the field. As we wait, I don't even have a track map up. That is how unprepared I am. As we now have Fat Cat coming down across the line to start his flying lap. Coming down into the first corner. First corner could be the result of some chaos. We'll see at the start. Coming up through into the second DRS zone out of 3. This track does have, runs it wide, keeps it within track limits, comes around quite nicely now into sector 2, coming up into this, come on track map, into corner 8, coming up to, oh, we do have another driver joining us this evening, coming up through corner 9, which isn't too bad, but with one of the hardest corners on the circuit being corner 10, and coming down that DRS zone and burning that battery. Runs it wide, but that will be quicker overall to use that line he is taking, coming up through corners 11, 12, heading into a very simple sector 3, around corner 13. Oh, is low on fuel, so must have fueled under correctly, burning it down, leaving it a little bit for the final corner, burning it down to the line, and we'll go, our provisional pole will be a 1:26.1. As the next person to come across the line will be, where's that Aston? Will be Katusha. We'll see what Katusha can do. Having a little bit more battery, but not having a lot of that deployment left, burning it down to the line, and we'll go P2 for the time being with a 1:27.9. As we'll go back down to Slushy now coming through corner 8 and through to the next series of corners, coming down that DRS straight. Now, I've got a little bit of information on this track. I mean, Bahrain has a mix of a little bit of everything. It's got high-speed corners, medium-speed corners, slow-speed corners in spades. Turn 10 is one of the hardest on the track. Slushy does have a purple sector too, so we'll see what he can do in the final sector. And the DRS is pretty potent on this track, apparently. That's according to my insider knowledge, which is from my good mate Rekka, who I've done commentary with a bazillion times by this point. It's always lovely doing duo him, as Slushy will go into P6 for the time being, as we have a few people still in the pits, and we've got who's next to finish. I think McJammy will be the next one to come across the line here. And coming across the line, we will go into brain malfunction. We're going to start our flying lap. Coming around into that final corner, ready to start his lap, burning that battery to the line, burning that battery to get some speed, coming into the line, now heading into corner number 1, 2 and 3, a little nice collection of corners, a bit sharp for the first corner, but all tracks aren't going to have an easy corner 1. Coming into that corner 4, coming into 5, 6 and corner 7, heading down into the hairpin of corner 8. And that's why Slushy was so... there we go. Slushy has entered pole. No wonder Slushy was a tad slow there, as now McJammy is coming around through corner 10 and corner 11. As I might have got gum, so we'll sit with McJammy to see what he can do. Coming through, yes, I'm about to respond to your message. McJammy will come across the line and go P2 for the time being with a 1:26.6, and then we'll jump to the next person to come across the line. The governor has just started his flying lap, coming through sector 1. And I might have co-coms. Let me just... my computer's breaking. That's lovely. As now SG's coming through corners 5, 6 and 7, getting ready to head into that hairpin, chucks it wide, does it nicely, uses that battery to get the traction, and will go around through one of the hardest corners on the track and down that DRS straight. Let me just see. As we will see S now burning very low battery there, but does have more of that deployment, coming around the final corner, burning that battery down to absolutely nothing, and we'll go into P8 for the time being. As we'll go next person to come across line, we have the other kick burning down into sector 3, final corner. Not a lot of battery or ERS or deployment left. Runs it wide, keeps it within track limits though, and will go into P8 for the time being. And Fat Cat still sitting on pole, as we do have Kaus now coming into sector 3. And of course now coming through final corner, has a decent amount of battery left, burning that battery on the exit, better traction and speeding all the way to the line, and will go P8 for the time being with a 1:28.8, as we have all but Abhishek to set a time here this evening, as I think a few are on their second laps. Some are, I don't know, judging off that battery, I am not entirely sure. Else I know isn't. Ryan Nadia is offsetting his Interspol lap. Sorry, my English. Let me find someone on a lap. Okay, Katusha seems to be on a lap looking at that battery coming into corners 5, 6, and 7. Has invalidated though, coming through that set of corners, so perhaps to save those tyres and go out again or duck straight into the pits next lap, as Moe also seems to be on a lap coming into sector 3, burning that battery down into that corner. Doesn't have a lot left for the main straight. Is also wrapping a nice custom livery. Don't know quite what edition of the Williams livery that is, but will be in P6 for the time being, as we have got, I know, I'm trying to find someone on a lap, which can get a bit confusing because I need to pay attention to their battery percentages. But I think Oscar Piastri, the GOAT, is on a lap coming up into sector 3 through that corner. Nice McLaren, burning a little bit down that straight, but saving a little bit for that final push to the finish. And can he improve? I didn't quite catch his sector time. He will go into P3 for the time being, so that is an improvement, as we have if someone's gone deep over here. Probably just letting the other cars pass. Not quite sure what is up there. Slushy seems to be on a lap. Goes really wide, some carbon fibre does go flying coming through that. Nope, not on a lap, obviously, after that. Moe, just sick party could be on a lap. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll use that DRS coming out of corner 10. We'll burn that and its battery, but doesn't have a lot of battery to play with, so we'll need to save some for that stretch and that final after that corner. With a carbon fibre liking to go flying everywhere, heading into sector 3, he is significantly up on his time, but also doesn't have a lot of battery. Burning that battery down that straight, has no battery left for the finish. Will have a few percent. Again, burning that battery down to the line. He's got no battery left, and he will go up into P6 for the time being, so that is an improvement, as we've got we've already done C Governor. Let's see, Fat Cat is now coming down into sector 3, warming up those tyres to start his flying lap, and we'll see if he can improve on his time and break into the 25s. Coming around over the line, burning some of that battery. And I think I might have a co-commentator for the race. We will find out. And whoa! What? Not quite sure what that happened there. A little bit of a spin by Fat Cat, but that's his lap all done. And he's disqualified for going the wrong way. Not quite sure what's going there. So he will start from the back of the grid as we do have 3 minutes left in Q1. Q1 out of 1 as everyone is in the pits getting ready to start their final laps here, where the track will get nice, chock-a-block and busy. As who have we got starting 8th? We've got the governor finishing their lap in P10. His time, I think, will stay at 28.7. And who else? Who's next to start our lap? And we'll go with them. We have got Rihanna. We've got a group of them going out. So we shall wait with this group and see which one does dare to cross the line first. Hi, Symphonic. RB, where is... Whoa, that's a new one. We don't have a singular racing bull on the grid. We've got 2 Red Bulls, 2 McLarens, 2 Kicks, a Ferrari, 2 Hasses. I think we have 2 Mercs. We have a Aston Martin. We have a Williams. And I think that is it from a quick look. As a lot of the guys are now on their going out for their outlap. Let's see. I think the next person to cross will be Oscar Piastri with that kick of Oatmeal behind. We will go on board with Oatmeal. Oh no, wait, wrong kick. Let's see, Governor on his in-lap. Or going to go again? Who knows? He has saved... he doesn't have... Oh, he's run out of fuel. So he'll be trying to get back to the pits in one piece. And does he... He will make it. As we've got now a few starting their flying laps. Ryan Adair in that Red Bull coming in through corner 1. Very sharp. Corner 2, you can cut that corner quite a bit and it's coming out through here, but you can't cut it too much. Down that DRS, burning some of that battery, going wide, keeping it nice, using that quicker part of the track. The paint may not look any quicker, but it certainly is. Coming now into this hairpin, quite nice. Burns a bit of that battery on the exit to get traction. Oscar Piastri has also been disqualified for going the wrong way, so we'll start at the back of the grid with Fat Cat burning that battery down into corner 11, I believe, coming around up, burning that battery. He needs to be careful to make sure he has enough for the final run. Coming down that stretch, and McJammy has also been disqualified for going the wrong way. Not quite sure what is up here, but we come around in through the final. As qualifying's done, can Ryan Adair approve? Currently on pole. He doesn't, I don't think. Next person to come across the line will be Kaz. Can Kaz improve? Does improve and take provisional pole. As who's next? As invalidated, we have got Moe Nabs coming down to the line. Does he improve? Stays P6. We have got who's next? Ferrari Kaus coming across the line. Can Kaus improve? He goes up to P7. Now, can Oatmeal get a better position? Burning that battery down to the line. Goes P8, and that's qualifying done and dusted, and we'll go through your results very soon. And your final results are Kazoo in P1, then Ryan Adair, Katusha, Sig Party, Slushy, Oatmeal, Moe, Kaus, Z Governor, Abhishek, who did not set a time, and then your disqualifications of Fat Cat, McJammy, and Oscar Piastri, the GOAT. As we will now attempt to change my audio. So 1 second. I think I have managed to successfully connect my audio across. It looks like a dry one here as we wait for everyone to get their setups on for the race around Bahrain. Yeah, go Red Bull. Hopefully Red Bull does well here this evening. As we wait for them to get their race setups on, we could see lap 1, turn 1 carnage, but that is pretty normal. As I don't know if 1 second. As the person, I can't find them online unless I'm literally blind. Anyway, oh well, back to the action and the waiting we go as 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are out. Oof, and I'm on the wrong person for the start. Great start by Kazoo coming up, all bunched up together, going wide, moves daring to be made. Coming off around into corner 1, very tight, but surprisingly, no carbon fibre has gone flying as he'll come through quite cleanly lap 1, turn 1, as they're all jostling for positions. Bit of dirty air getting thrown there. Ryan Adair taking P1 for the time being, but that's going to be instantly challenged. A little bit of tap from Cows. Off going wide there, and everyone getting really bunched up together, coming around into corner 9, around through corner 10. That really sharp, going too wide, but keeps it within the white lines of everyone going very wide. Some keeping it on the tarmac, some not. As we go for sick bodies already right up the back of Kazusha, sorry, wrong driver, coming around up. Possible strategies, 2 or a forced 3 stop. We will see what they do and we'll have a quick look at the tyres. Let's just dump that on. Gilby has joined the session now. So will he come in? Who knows? We will wait and see. We will. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What? So what? There's a fat cat spun out right in the back of my mirror as I was watching everyone come down the main straight. Quick position changes, jammy up quite a lot. Some people up quite down. Moe and Oscar just trading positions yet again. So we've had quite a lot of action here. Lap 2. So we're starting lap 2. And I am not lonely in the comp box anymore. Hello, Durr.
Hello, how are we going tonight?
I am going very well. I found out I was doing this about 40 minutes before the race started. Always keen down for a comms big. Looking quickly at the tyres, we only have 2 people on those hard compounds over the mediums. And we've had a very interesting start. A bit of jostling. Fat Cat unfortunately did have a spin early on, coming down the main straight of lap 2 as they get ready to head down the back straight of Sector 3, lap 2.
Yeah, very much so. I'm very happy to see good old Lamb in P1, followed by Kazuto P2, Katusha P3, Sick Party P4, and McShammy rounding out the top 5. So we're seeing Kazuda. Oh no, Mitch Jeremy's now set the fastest lap down to a 1:31.1. So he'll be looking to get through this pack as soon as he can, try and get up to the front there to join his teammate.
Oh, yep, and Sig Party going right up the back of McJammy there as well. Doesn't cause himself any damage. Got very close. Not quite sure if they did touch coming through the. It's quite like S's and snakes, but it's corners 5, 6, and 7 as they come into the hairpin of corner 8. Now, I do have a question. Do you agree that corner 10 is one of the hardest on the circuit?
I'd have to count to which one corner 10 is.
So you come through the hairpin of sector 2, you come through corner 9, which isn't bad, but the fact it's followed up straight up by that really sharp corner. It's
just
right
before
before the
DRS,
DRS.
right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, but I mean it's not too bad. Plenty of time to be gained there nonetheless.
Yeah, carbon fiber goes flying seems to be common here. So get ready. They're keeping the action very tight, which is something you like to see, with a few people slightly further apart from each other, a few spins early on. We've got, oh, I didn't notice we've got 29 laps, so the circuit is short compared to the other circuits, but is not the shortest track on the F1 calendar by any means. As we've got Katusha and Kaz trading positions, same as Oscar and Slushy, trading positions coming out of the first set of corners up into that DRS zone. Oof, contact from Oscar spinning Slushy, who drops like a stone. I don't think Slushy did get any damage from that, as now Fat Cat has the fastest lap.
Yeah, in fact, Cat will be looking to make moves as quick as he can and try and catch back up to this pack. Unfortunate there that he had to pit so early, but there's plenty of laps left, and we know what his pace is sort of like.
Ooh. It's coming. They're starting to settle down. Jamie trying to catch up to the back of Kaz, chasing down that Haas. Battery has got quite a significant amount of battery compared to Kaz, so perhaps looking to line up a move down the main straight with DRS, because it's a lot easier with DRS to get a move done. And he will get DRS on Kaz, and can he make the move down that main straight? We shall wait and see. Oh, he does jump up in positions. Can he make that move stick? Going too wide into the first corner. Never a smart idea, but they do keep it clean, and he does go up into. I saw a McLaren run extremely wide, and that was Oscar going, I think. Oh, does have that wing damage, so something happened to him there, as now it's a Red Bull 1-3.
Yeah, really beautiful to see here. Hopefully McJamie can get the job done on Katusha as well, but we'll just have to wait and see. Kazuto isn't falling off yet. He's just sitting behind McJamie. Does look like Sick Party is really starting to look for that move on Kazuto, but there's no need to rush it yet, as we've still got 24 more laps, as we see Abhishek get a 3-second time penalty as well. So a fair bit going on at the moment, things.
Yeah, up to, I think the first track limit. Oh, nope, Oscar's also got. I think both of them are track limit penalties, though, which will be interesting to see how many drivers pick up, as we're on about to finish lap 5, and we've got 2 drivers already having collected themselves with 3 warnings. So this track, although you can run it wide very quick in a variety of spots, if you run it too wide or in the wrong spot, there's a track limit. Sometimes if you cut it too badly, it will give you a big fat 10 instead of a warning or a 3.
So we see Piastri has retired from the session now. He's had enough. He's going home.
He did. He could have had damage at the rear because he did go straight into. I think after corner 3 went into a wall. He was sliding a bit, trying to get that car going again down that. As Katusha is now right up the back of Ryan, thinking about getting that move done. Will he get that move done down the DRS? Again, Katusha does have more battery compared to Ryan here. Does not get the move done down, but perhaps lining it up to go down the main straight as the drivers towards the back have sort of settled out. So I think Fat Cat is slowly starting to close the gap. I think he was about 25 seconds before. And now he's broken that 20-second as the really punchy fighty group seem to be the top couple of positions here as they come down the main straight to start another lap.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether McJamie can get the move done on Cat anytime sooner. If we see Cat and Lamb go side by side there, but Cat just tucks back in behind Lamb. He's going to try and make a move on the next straight now. Doesn't look like he's going to quite be able to. McJamie has a little look, but just tucks back in behind as well. Lamb just having a really strong start to this race, Phoenix.
Yeah, after Fat Cat did have that spin quite early on, Ryan has sort of jumped up into P1 and started to, well, is trying to run away with the win. It's also incredibly early within the race and a bit too early to tell as positions and gaps close in the blink of an eye. If you run too wide, too slow exiting a corner, too slow entering, a, a, a gap which is at 7/10 of a second can drop to 2/10 in a second in the span of a corner. If you stuff it up, as Katusha is now right up the back of Ryan there, coming down into the not the back straight. It's like a side straight. There's a few straights here. It's the only straight that doesn't have DRS on it. But Katusha will be close up the back of Ryan. They've got about equal battery here. We'll see what Katusha can do. Will line up the move. Goes around the outside. Does not off a bit of dirty air. Ryan cuts that corner a bit too fine and just bump it, but does keep Katusha behind him for yet another lap. As we do see most of the moves being made on the straights, which seems to be. Oh, Habashek picks up a 3-second time penalty now as well. And further down, Slushy and Kaus trading positions coming into sector 2. We'll see what happens. Anyone dares to make a move on the hairpin? Nope, they both keep it tucked in behind each other, keep it sensible and clean. As we do have Katusha now again right up the back of Ryan. There, or Lamb, a summer binner there, whichever name you so please. As we'll see if Katusha can line up and get the move to stick on Lamb. On lap 9, down the main straight, their battery is. Katusha got slightly more battery than Lamb, but not by all too. Nope, they're about equal now as they come around. As Oatmeal now also picks up a 3-second time penalty. Coming down the main straight. Can he get moved on, or can Lamb defend P1 yet again? And keeps it behind him, but does have that DRS to worry about coming out into it. Oof, Kadush getting really close. Can he get the move done in this DRS straight? No, he can't. Ryan Heda keeps Katusha behind him for yet another DRS zone.
Yeah, something interesting there was Sick Party's gone into the pits already. He's going to be the first to pit out of those front few, so we'll see if these other guys react or if they're going to stay out for a bit longer. But Yeah, just these three at the front. Kazuto's just sort of fallen out of DRS now, so McJamie won't have to worry about him. What he will be able to do, though, is that'll free him up to be able to attack Katusha a bit easier.
Yeah.
So, you go.
Oh, that us now as we watch them battle it out, as I don't think this battle will stop anytime soon. Do you reckon it's a one or a two stop here this evening?
I think you'll see the majority do a one stop, but I do believe that Fat Cat is going to have to do a two. In saying that, knowing the guy, he probably can make those tyres last for a one, but it's a long, long race still to go, and he will have done that
Oh,
for, as we see, Lamb is in the pits. So it's going to be Katusha to P1, McJamie P2.
yep. As uh, Kaz now ducks into the pits, putting on a fresh set of tires. We'll all switch to those hard tires. As I think Ryan or Lamb will still be in, depending on where he comes out, will be in net race lead still as he just manages to come out. Well, he comes out in front of his brother, as we've
Something
seen.
interesting there, though, is Stick Party managed to get the undercut on Kazuto and has now been passed in front of him. So that'll be working in his favour, but we'll just have to wait and see when Katusha and McJamie pit. Do you think they'll be in this lap?
Oh, those mediums might start to fall off soon because we are 10 laps in. We're about a third of the way. They could go for a few more laps, but again, it depends on tyre wear. If these guys are on wheels or controller's tyre wear. If you are on controller, your tyre wear will be worse. And some people just have worse tyre wear in general than others. It all depends on your driving style and how if you drive via controller or the wheel.
Yeah, very much so. As it looks like we're going to get McJamie make the move on Katusha here. Yes, and he does, and Katusha just has to duck in behind. Nothing he could do there, unfortunately. So I'm interested to the fact that they stay out, as we do see Moe going into the pits, and who else has gone in there? Kaus and Abhishek as well. So do you think Katusha is going to be able to get the move back done on McJamie before McJamie pits?
Oh, oh, who knows? It will be tough to tell as that, well, Katusha's still Jamie is starting to pull away from Katusha quite quickly, but they are coming up into corners 9 and 10, which, in my experience, is where I can sink a lot of my time if I run too deep, which happens to be often, but keeps a quite solid gap to Katusha, trying to break that DRS range. Might break it down coming through that detection point, but could very easily drop Katusha out of the air zone, which just shows, I think, the pace difference between the two this tonight.
Yeah, very much so. I believe McJamie started from the back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's got himself up to the front now. But when he pits, I think he's going to be a fair portion down the order. But Katusha won't have DRS here, so I think we'll see him dive into the pits. And well, McJamie does not. No, neither of them do. They've both stayed out still.
Yeah.
Interesting call.
And quick look at the position changes. McJamie is up 11, which means he would have started in P12 or
Yeah.
P11. Oh, Slushy gets a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lanes as Slushy and Governor are in the pits, opting to change their tyres for a new set of rubber. No, wrong button. There we go. There's the tyres. Got them up finally. As Slushy and SJ will come out. It will in the last two positions, I think. With Governor coming out behind Abhishek. But the only people who haven't pitted are Katusha and McJamie, So it'll be interesting to see how long they can take those mediums, as surely they would start to fall off soon.
You'd think so, but I think with the pace McJammy's showing, he might be able to open this gap out to where he can pit and not lose the position. Because he's getting quicker, I swear. Because Katusha is now 2.6 seconds off of him. And again, as we do see McJammy, he's heading into the pits. Katusha's going to follow as well. Keeps it clean, doesn't get a speeding in the pit lane penalty. Where's he going to come out? That's the question, Phoenix.
Yeah, as we've got goes on to a set of hards from two different tire compounds. Of course, and will he come out in front of Ryan? I think he will be very no. Will come out behind Ryan, but can he come? No, comes. Oh, well, let the game sort out the positions for a second, but does come out behind Sick Party, so it's still now after the pits a Red Bull 1-3. But Mick Jammies will be looking very quickly to get that move done on Sick Party to make it a Red Bull 1-2.
Yeah, very much so. Great start. And McJammy now, P3. I think we'll see him make the move on Sick Party pretty quickly as well, having that tyre all set. And Sick Party will not have the DRS on Lamb, so just have to wait and see how it turns out. When do you think we'll see Fat Cat go back in?
Oh, Fat Cat. What are his tyres looking at? Detail. Mm, he's on 11 lap old hards because he did pit after lap 1 or lap 2. Well, depending on his tyre weight, he could. Thinking sticking it out might be a bit rough, but he could try and make those hards long, perhaps even go slightly insane and opt for a set of soft tyres to finish with. You're not quite sure, never quite sure what goes through the driver's minds.
We're going to see McJammy here makes the move on Sick Party, gets past him with very much so ease. Is Sick Party going to try and do anything into turn one? No, he does not. He stays, tucks back in behind him, and as Sick Party gets a 3 second penalty,
Ooh.
oh, that is not ideal. Kazuto will be desperate to catch up to the back of Sick Party here to try and stay within that three. If he can use that DRS, he should be quite easily able to stay with him. But at the moment, it looks like McJammy's dragging Sick Party with him. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, as we have Slushy wants the back of field doing. It's nice to give everyone a little bit of airtime. We go away from the front as they sort out their paces. Slushy now right up the back of Oatmeal, looking perhaps to get a move done sometime in the future with all of them having pens in the back group. I'm going to try and catch up to Abhishek after his pit stop. I think that set of rubber will last him until the end, but who knows? As I've got everyone starting to spread out, the Red Bulls trying to run away. We've uh, got Fat Cat right up the back of Kaz as well. Kaz trying to catch up to Sick Party, but with Fat Cat right behind, it's not going to be the best. As McJammy gets moved on Ryan and picks up the fastest lap.
Yeah, it'd be interesting here to see whether they work together to run away or McJammy just works on getting the hell out of there. As he burnt pretty much down to zero on that lap, getting past Ryan. But Ryan does have a massive battery, so I think you'll see that they'll be working together and swapping positions on that pit straight.
Yeah, and well, maybe perhaps a little bit of team orders. Who knows? Although, well, they are together, so they'll be trying to work together to make sure one of them wins. As we've got someone slow. Oh, oof, that is Oatmeal with a bit of wing damage, missing an end plate, so we'll have to pit soon. Because driving without an end plate on some tracks, and depending on which side it's on, it's right and left right end plate damage he's missing. It can be quite difficult to turn, but it looks like he's handling it all right considering. As who have we got closest to each other? They've all sort of settled out. Now we've got Slushy right up the back of Cows. So can Slushy make a move happen down the straight or down the pit straight? They've got about equal battery, with Slushy having a bit more. But we'll see what happens down the main straight.
Yeah, we don't see McJamie and Ryan swap positions there, but it does somewhat seem that McJamie is trying to drag Ryan along. So McJamie does have a lot more pace. Fat Cat has managed to get past Sick Party as well, so that'll be big for him, but I just don't know if Fat Cat's going to have to pit again. I think he will, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, if he's on two different, I think he would have started on those mediums, which means he's run his two different tire compounds, which means he's got that rule ticked off. But whether the hards will last or whether they'll be too slow by the end, because it's one thing to take a set of tires to the end, but it's another having your pace slowly die off.
Something very interesting for you. If Merck outscore Aston by 27 points, they will take the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, as we know, the drivers' champs is all done and dusted with the 42-point gap or something like that, but with only about a 26-point gap in the constructors. So that will be interesting to keep an eye out for as well. We've got a Red Bull 1-2, a Merc 3-4, and an Aston 5. So we've got Katusha obviously trying to get that move done on Sick Party, very close coming down the pit straight. See what happens down the straight, the next straight in sector 1. Don't think much will happen, just keeping very, very close here as they are one of the closest to really on the grid. We've got Cows trying to catch up to the back of Slushy, but can Katusha make that off a bit of dirty air coming into corner 8? Slushy and Cows trade positions again coming into sector 2. So they're trading positions a bit like Pokemon cards. As we go back up, Katusha is now quite a way back behind Sig Party, but will get DRS to help close that gap as Fat Cat is now catching up to the back of Ryan. But with that tire offset, Ryan should have no issue defending P2 as long as he decides to keep within the white lines and keep control of his vehicle at all times.
Yeah, I'm just doing the calculations here, and if if Katusha holds P5, it would require Fat Cat and Sick Party to finish 1 and 2 in order to win the constructors. So I hate to say it, but it seems very unlikely at this time, especially now that we see Katusha make the move on Sick Party. But they're just playing a little bit of position swap back down there. But it does look like Katusha's got the job done. But Sick Party has a little look, but doesn't make the move. But McJamie and Ryan have let Fat Cat catch back up to him. But Fat Cat's got a massive gap back to Katusha.
Yeah, as Katusha will with look at the look at the tires again. Is Fat Cat already on 16 lap old hards, and Katusha being on 5. Katusha will try and catch up to Fat Cat as maybe in a lap or two the hards will start really coming into play, and perhaps Fat Cat's hards will start to fall off. But Fat Cat's pace doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know if McJamie can work with Ryan here. Hopefully, he can keep Fat Cat just at the back of him. So
Yeah, it's coming down that main straight. Oh, Fat Cat diving into the pits. Those tyres must have been starting to struggle. As we'll see what tyres he does jump onto. It is onto another set of hards. As we can see, quite a lot of wear on those old tyres. So we'll see where.
But we also see Sick Party in.
Hmm?
Sick Party has followed him, and that is going to hurt Merc massively.
Massively.
I think that's constructors out the window now, Phoenix.
Yeah, unless I'm not quite sure what is the point system here. Is it top 10? Get
I
points.
was just looking at it. I've lost it. Give me a second. Point system is the top 12 get points.
Oh, so
So,
everyone left.
yeah, quite literally. So, it's very funny on my end at the moment. I've been watching Fat Cat's car go round without a nose at all. It's
Um,
no front wing existent there.
don't worry, he does have a front wing. Checking in, both the Red Bulls have their front wing and their end plates running two separate liveries. The white out livery being quite nice this evening. I think we do have a couple of special liveries floating around as we've got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Mercedes Constructors is in the bin. I don't think that they can take it anymore. It's just for pride now.
How that is unfortunate. But at least they will have had one of their drivers win the Drivers' Championship, which is something you can't win all of them. Winning something is still very impressive. So Red Bulls are, well, running away into the dust with Orion having a few lap older tyres, but nothing too major. Katusha now picks up a 3-second time penalty, as that's 5 of the drivers having time penalties this evening. There's a, don't know why, as random yellow. I'm not quite sure why that one was. Yeah, EA does EA things. F125 does F125 things. Don't necessarily know what's going through its mind all the time. Slushy is now starting to close that back on to Moe, who doesn't have a time penalty. But even if Slushy
Yeah,
does
something else
get the
that's
move on,
interesting. If Red Bull finish where they were now, they'd need Katusha to finish in P10 or lower, and then they would actually take the Constructors' Championship. So,
oh
very interesting, but I don't think that's going to happen with the 8 laps left now.
no, it's mathematically possible. It's not necessarily realistically possible. Slushy is closing on a Moe, but also has that 3-second time penalty hanging. Oh, Ryan Adair gets himself a 3-second time penalty. As Fat Cat now also gets the fastest lap. This isn't going too well for Red Bull, but we'll have to try and keep a three. Ryan will try and keep a 3-second gap to Katusha. How will McJamie trade positions with Ryan and try and let him run away so he can hold off Katusha to get those all important points?
Yeah, we're seeing Fat Cat get up on the back of Slushy now, so we'll have to wait and see whether he can get the move done or not.
Yeah. Oh, Abhishek has called it into the pits, and we've got an onboard request for Fat Cat. So when he comes around on his next lap, you can take it away. So we've got Sashi still trying to catch up to now Fat Cat, but has got Moe still behind him. Did get that move done. As we've got both the Red Bulls running away, McJamie will be. I would be trying to keep my teammate within DRS to help him with that time penalty. He does have. As Fat Cat is now coming over the line for his onboard lap take it away. I may have momentarily lost. Anyway, coming into corner now 2 and corner number 03, burning that battery. Doesn't also have a lot of that battery to play with. Coming up that DRS, keeps it nice through that corner, coming down into corners 5, 6, 7, getting ready to head into the hairpin of 8, using all that track while trying to limit the amount of track used. Sounds weird, but it's normal. And Axe, you were tagged if you wanted to reserve, but you might have seen that one a little too late. Coming now down that DRS zone after corner 10 into corner 11, uses that fast bit of track, burning that battery. He's now got a bit more, but comes down into sector 3 now, coming down that back straight. Will be trying to catch up to Kazoo, but has got a long way to go and not a whole lot of laps left. I don't think he has the timing to make it, as he's coming across the line to start his 23rd lap of racing here. Fat Cat picks up the fastest lap. Oh, you think he will catch Kaz? Time will. Oh, I didn't realize looking at the tire offset. Wowzers. So he might. Those tards will start to come into play, and those other hard tires will start to slowly fall off of Kaz, as I've lost her for the time being, but that is well and dandy, as we have got 6 laps of racing left here. Coming around, Red Bull 1, 2, keeping it. We've got a Haas 4 and 6. That cat being in the middle. Oh, Abhishek is off the session, but he has DNF'd. Now let's see if the cars can do anything interesting to give us something to watch. I mean, you've got the governor catching. All the cars are being nice and spreading out. If Ryan's not careful, he will drop out of DRS range as they start lap 24. As we now watch the cars go around in circles. As Ryan will be trying desperately not to get dropped out of DRS. And Iron older tire, 3 lap older hards to Katusha. And that 3-second penalty isn't treating him too nicely, so he might drop to P3 by the end of the race. Time will tell. We will wait and see here. As we come down into, we're into sector 2, coming through corners 9 and that really sharp corner number 10. We're going to take a quick, it's an awkward spot at the start of the next lap. We will chuck on board with someone, take a very brief hydration lap. It's important to stay hydrated here this evening. Go perhaps on board with someone when they cross the line. Got Ryan now for their positions and timing. We will chill on board with Ryan for the next lap. Oh, and I forgot we'd finished the lap. Anyway, Fat Cat back in P7. Perhaps Wilderness isn't really catching Katusha as we've got a couple of laps left here. We've only seen some retirements in the pits. We haven't seen carnage, which is nice, but the drivers now getting in their groove. Only somewhat the back of the closest, the rebels are just dashing off into the distance. Both Ryan and Jamie Jamie will be trying to make sure, I guess, Ryan, Dare, Lamb, Summer Dare, whatever, comes in, keeps within that 3 seconds, as we do have Oatmeal on those softs, perhaps going for the fastest lap here, as we've got the mid group coming around, I say relatively close together. They are one of our closer groups. As they come down through corner 10. As we will get wait and see. Moe slash and Sick Party now coming around. Sick Party is quite close to the back of Moe, so we could see a move being made here, perhaps in the next lap or two. It's very moves to be made. Not quite sure if the driver standings. All I know is the driver standings are done and dusted. Merck has, I think, missed out their chance to try and win the constructors as well as the drivers' champs. Off a bit of a break, look up there or something in dirty air as Sake Party goes on the inside of Moe, but does have significantly older tyres, so we'll be trying to catch up to Slushy, who does also have a pen with Kazoo. And the Red Bulls still 1-2, driving into the distance, with the Hasses being in at P5 and P6 on this evening, as we don't have all too many drivers close to each other. In Ryan, we'll see what these drivers can do. This group seems to be the closest together. As we are now coming down through the end of Sector 2, to come around through corners 11 and 12 to start Sector number 3. And if anyone is watching and would like an onboard request, wants to do position changes, anything like that, any questions, feel free to put them in chat as we are rounding the end. And then can Sick Party get the move done on Sashi? He can. Whether he can make it stick is a different question. Or very punchy from Slushy, both of them having those time penalties. We'll take a quick look at the time penalties. Oh, Slushy has 10 seconds off from speeding in the pits, so that will drop him way down. Let's see where that will put him. Leader, I want this one. That will put him all the way down into, I want to say, around P10 somewhere. That's not Slushy's night, but points are points regardless. Penalties. Ryan Adair, Kazoo, Sick Party, and Oatmeal on 3, and then Slushy with that 10-second. We'll chuck penalties off. Tyres, seen them stops. The only people who've made 2 stops are Oatmeal, Fat Cat, and Sick Party. Most of them opting for that 1-stop strategy. Unfortunate for the 2 which spun out and did get damage that first lap. It's never fun. As position changes, Fat Cat up 11, Ryan and Katusha sitting in the same spots, Fat Cat up 7, and then the rest down a few positions with the person who's dropped most, Oatmeal down 5, and of course the most being McJamie up 11. As We're now on the final lap. How did I miss that? We are on the final lap. Ryan Adair out of DRS range of McJamie. Oh, never mind. Well within now, but have pulled that all-important well over 3-second gap to Katusha. Katusha will be driving like a madman. Moe Nabs now gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits, as Katusha now does have Fat Cat to worry. Fat Cat has, in fact, caught up to Katusha. Overtaken Kaz, has caught up to Katusha. Can he get the move done? This is last lap. Looking, oh, she doesn't have much fuel. Both of them with flashing fuel lights. We'll see what happens there. As Kasuru picks up a 3-second time penalty, oh well. But across the line, it will be McJamie that wins the Bahrain Grand Prix, followed by his teammate of Ryan Adair. Then, doesn't quite make it. Katusha in P3 to round out the podium. Fat Cat in P5. Next person to come across the line is Kaz. Will stay into P11. Sick Party will come across the line next, as we wait for the rest of this track to filter out across the line. We'll go through the final results in a moment's time, after we've got all of our drivers off finished the race, as Slushy will only drop to P9, will stay in front of the Governor, who got P10, as we do wait for Oatmeal to come across the line. This was a very nice race we had here. They got very spread out towards the end. All is nice and dandy. We'll run through the results of this Bahrain Grand Prix in a moment's time. Podium celebrations. Well deserved. Well done drive by McJamie, who did start at the back of the grid. Champagne will go flying. A Red Bull 1-2, and then a Merc. I'm pretty sure it was a Merc, or no, it's an Aston, sorry, getting P3. Champagne going flying. Well deserved. Race winner. Fastest lap goes to Fat Cat. Also got driver of the day and most overtakes, and the Governor was the cleanest driver. Running through the results: McJamie, Ryan, Katusha, Fat Cat, Kaz, Sick Party, Moe Nabs, Kaus, Slushy, Z Governor, and Oatmeal, with our retirements of Abhishek and Oscar, so definitely not the place McLaren wanted this evening. As that is all from me, this has been IARL's last round, round 12, the Bahrain Grand Final. I guess we'll see you all next time when the next season kicks off. Good night.